Come on and show me some love. How's everybody doing today on this Wednesday, hump day, and also the first of fall? Happy fall day, everybody. Please like and subscribe to my channel. How's everybody doing today? I hope everybody's having a wonderful day so far. I was just sitting here reminiscing. I said, let me just go on and blog while I'm reminiscing. Um, so my mom is not doing well. She is up there in age, and so I'm a person that take it this way. This is me. I always try to remember the good things as opposed to the bad things or the disasters and things like that. And that's what I'm doing right now with my mother in her condition. I'm thinking of all the good things like my childhood and my youth, and things that I can remember, all good and positive, to remember my mother. I don't want to think of my mother in her down this fall of her being in the situation that she's in right now. I don't want to think like, I don't want to continue thinking the way she is now. I want to think of her the way she was, put it that way. And I hopefully my kids will think of that if I ever get in this situation. But what mostly stick out, growing up, and I do come from a family of a mother and father. I wasn't grown. I was blessed to have my mother and my father in my life under the same household, married. Okay, let's get that right. Um, but still, I'm not saying that's better than anybody else. I'm totally not trying to say that. I'm just saying for me, I was blessed to have a mother and father in the household, same household, with family members. And what really sticks out to me with my mother is she used to make it her business when she worked, because she started working part time and she had the weekends off. So she used to always make it her business to take us out on Saturdays downtown in the city of Boston. And Saturdays it would be that we'd go out. She would get the things that she would need, and she would either take us to the park, or I mean to Boston Commons, or to the movies. That's the only thing I remember, of our outings on Saturdays. Saturdays we used to go downtown. We used to travel on the bus and then take the train when the train was the overhead, if you remember. Um, and then we'd travel into town, and this was one particular store my mother used to go get her stockings. My mother only wore coffee stockings, and she only got it from this store. If you know this store, if you're from the Boston area that grew up in the 70s, it was called Gilchrist. I'll never forget it. They had the best subs because they had a little dining area where you pull up, soda shop area where you pull up, well, not you pull up, but you sit on the stools and you order your food. And then they had like the deli, and they have like sandwiches, and then on the side they would have candy. So she would make sure that we would get something to eat, like the subs. I used to always love the subs. And then the candy used to always be these black little round liquishes I used to love also. And my mother would go in there and she would get her coffee stocking. It was either Gilchrist was most famous for her coffee stockings. If they didn't have it, she would get them from Filene's Basement. Now, you have to have been back in the 70s living in Boston to know these stores. If not, then it doesn't. You're like, what? But those were my greatest memories. And going to the movies, we always used to see Dracula. I'm gonna take us to see some scary movies. Mind you, we always in elementary, but she used to take us to go see Dracula, Godzilla, and we used to see James Bond, and we used to see Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee, because my brother used to like Bruce Lee. I didn't care for Bruce Lee, but we seen every James Bond movie, we seen every Godzilla, and we seen every. I think my mother was in love with Christopher Lee, because at that time that's who played Dracula. He's the alternate best Dracula. And we used to pretty much always go to the same theater that's still here, but I don't know if they show movie. It was called the Paramount. Beautiful. It was like a place where they used to have orchestra, and they used to have the opera. And due to budget cuts or whatever, they must have stopped and they made it into a movie theater. They didn't change the interior, so therefore when you went downstairs, very elegant, I mean like velcro, not velcro, but velvet seating areas and velvet shelves and everything. And so when you went downstairs, it was huge. It was huge. It was called the powder room. They would have it all beautiful and carpet and everything. But the funny thing about it was nobody ever down there. Nobody was ever down there. I loved it though. It was scary, but I loved it. And I just remember that, and I'm just going to always keep that as one of my favorite childhood memories with my mom. That's what I want to impact on. I don't want to impact on anything that's going on with her right now, or how she may be looking, or how she may be feeling. I want to impact and remember her as this outgoing, loving, loved her kids, loved taking us out, loved spending time with us, loved running with us, laughing and playing. Those are the times I want to embrace with. So remember this. Continue praying for me, because I'm going to continue praying for you. Have a good day.